Hey, what's up ladies and gentlemen, this is David Benjamin from healthywildandfree.com. Today I want to share with you 10 stress reduction practices that you can use in your life to effectively reduce stress really anywhere. I mean, most of these are easier in the home because there's certain things that you kind of need or can have access to in the home that are easier. But you can also use them in the office, in your car, at the park, at the mall, wherever you are, you can use some of these stress reduction practices. And if you saw my last video here on this channel, you realize that stress affects every part of our health and well-being, from the top of our head to the bottom of our feet. So if you want to learn more about how stress actually impacts and influences our health, just click this video right here and you'll see that video, and that video will explain how stress affects your body and health. I'll also put some links right below this video with how stress affects your health, and then also an article I wrote with 50 ways to reduce stress, because there are a lot more than 10 ways, but I'm just going to share 10 quick tips with you today, and you can read the article below for 40 more tips to reduce stress. So first tip I have is to meditate. Meditation is one of the most effective practices you can use to reduce stress because it helps you to quiet your mind and really just silence stress. Stress is often our thoughts, and it's kind of invoked on our own at times. So meditation is a great way to silence those thoughts and really just focus on our breath work and silencing those thoughts and just staying still. So meditation is the first practice I would recommend. The second practice I would recommend to reduce stress is simply going outside. I know it sounds crazy, but we live in a very boxed-in world. I mean, look at the walls we live in, where everything's 90-degree angles. You have the wall, and then the floor, then the ceilings. We live in boxes. And I have a personal theory, I don't know if it's true or not, but I have a personal theory that being in boxes for too long can get stressful. And I kind of noticed that because, I work on the computer, and I noticed that if I'm inside too long, I just need to take a break and get outside. Like, when I get outside, I feel less stressed, and I feel that I'm not stressed nearly as much because it's open, there's fresh air, you have nature, and the trees and all that kind of stuff. So just go outside and be in nature, or even if you're just going outside and you're in the city, regardless, just go outside. The next tip I would recommend is listen to music. Music is a great, effective tool to basically rewire your brain. It helps your right and left brain, and it helps you really stop focusing on stress and start to just focus on the words and the lyrics and the music. And for example, jazz, maybe like acoustics and things of that nature. Slower, more like, just vibe music is typically better than the fast-paced, like rock and roll or hip hop, or something that's more like shaking your body. So something kind of slow-paced, that an artist that you like. The next tip I recommend is very similar, but it's just listen to nature sounds. You can go on YouTube and type in nature sounds, and you can hear the beach, you can hear the ocean and the beach, you can hear rainforests, you can hear waterfalls, you can hear birds chirping. Nature sounds they really change our brain waves to mimic nature's free-flowing intention. So listening to nature sounds is absolutely incredible and very beneficial. The next recommendation I would make is to hum. Simply humming like this. Hum. Very simple. It creates a resonance and frequency within your body that helps, once again, to focus on that humming, and it just kind of puts you at ease. It's a very effective method for really just not focusing on stress or stressful thoughts or situations, and taking that and using that as energy to power your relaxation. So you're really disarming, and that's what a lot of stress reduction practices and techniques I'll be talking about in future videos and articles on the site, is taking that stress energy and that stress, it's really energy, that energy from stress, and really disarming that and then channeling it and using it as power for your relaxation. So humming is one of those techniques because it takes a little bit of energy, because you gotta breathe, and you gotta hum, and it takes a little bit of kind of like getting out of stress. It's a mindset, mental thing, but it's very effective at creating resonance within your body, and it feels good. So try it out. The next recommendation I would have is to play with kids. If you have children, or you're an uncle or an aunt, or whatever it may be, or your neighbors have kids, just throw a ball with them, or just, you know, like high five them and like play with cars on the floor, or do something with kids. Kids don't know what stress is, you know, at a young age for the most part, and it's something that, you know, for kids, it's like they're free flowing, they're in the moment. And when you start to play with kids and they laugh and they're giggling and they're having a fun time, you can't be stressed if you're really truly present with a child. It's really hard to be stressed. So just play with kids. The next recommendation I would have is to play with animals. If you have any animals, pet your animals. If you have a dog or cat, you know, whatever it may be, just pet your animals, play with your animals. Actually, really interesting fact, cats, the purring sound that they make, that purr, kind of like the hum that I was sharing with you, that purr actually has a de-stressing effect on your body, just the purring sound. So if you have a cat, start petting it and try to get it to purr, because petting it is good for that kind of companionship, but that purring is also good for you as well, which is really cool. The next tip I would have would be to write in a journal. Writing in a journal is awesome because a lot of times when we're stressed, we're holding on to baggage. We're holding on to unforgiveness, bitterness, resentment, anger, disharmony. Stress is nothing but disharmony. And when we hold on to disharmony, whether it's in the workplace or in our home, what that does is it creates a stress response, and it induces that in our body, in our physiology, in our mindset, and our, you know, our stress hormones, our heart rate, all these different things and variables change in our body simply because we're holding on to negative energy. Stress is nothing more than negative energy. Stress is fear. Stress is worry. Stress is negative. There's really, you can have positive stress too, but that's a whole other topic, like I said in a future video. But most stress, I'd say 80% at least, is negative-oriented stress. So writing in a journal, what it does is all these practices are great, but writing in a journal I really love because it's a little bit different, because writing in a journal actually allows you to put the pen to the paper and release whatever it is. So these are all good for kind of coping with stress and dealing with stress, and that's great, but you need to find ways to release stress as well, because if you're not releasing the stress, you're just kind of partially putting it on hold. It's like pushing the pause button on a movie or a TV show or on DVR when you need to release that stress and use the stress reduction practices and techniques as well. So journaling is great because when you write out in your journal, you know, I'm stressed at work, my boss, he's an asshole, or whatever it may be, or, you know, my spouse or my husband or wife or whatever it may be is frustrating me right now because of this, this, and this. It allows you to release that stress and that anger and that frustration, because a lot of times stress is rooted in anger and frustration, which is a negative emotion that affects your health, and it allows you to let go of that so you can be free and clear and not have that stress hold you down in your health, your mindset, and your whole body. So writing in your journal is very beneficial and I highly recommend it. Next recommendation I'll make is to take an Epsom salt bath. Epsom salt is great because the first mineral that's depleted in your body when you're stressed is magnesium. So if you don't have adequate amounts of magnesium in your diet and in your body, which, you know, typically comes through your diet or supplementation, that mineral depletion will create a state of more tension and stress and really muscle tightness and tension within your joints and also heart rate and digestive and all that. I mean, magnesium is beneficial for the whole body. So, and it affects your whole body, and so does stress. So it's the dichotomy and duality, and you need both. You need magnesium, and you need it in your diet, and I recommend it in supplements as well, just because most people don't get it in their diet. But anyway, so Epsom salt baths are great because you relax in the hot water, which is great. So it gives you a chance to just relax and just kind of lay back. And then you put the Epsom salts in the bath, and magnesium is a very, your body soaks up magnesium through the Epsom salt bath, so you're getting to relax and you're getting that benefit, but then you're also replenishing your magnesium levels, which is important because magnesium, think of magnesium as the relaxation mineral, meaning when you take magnesium, your body is going to naturally relax and feel more at ease. So one thing I recommend doing also is just taking a magnesium supplement or spray right before you go to sleep, so it helps you relax better. So an Epsom salt bath is a great thing to do at night as well, or any time of the day, to relax, replenish your magnesium, and just relax into that hot water, which the water is grounding as well. The 10th tip, or stress reduction practice I recommend, is to use aromatherapy. Aromatherapy is very powerful. I recommend getting some essential oils and flowers maybe in your home. Aromatherapy is great because Aromatherapy is one of the fastest ways to calm your nervous system and alter your brain chemistry almost instantaneously. So having different things like lavender, for example, or different flowers or essential oils that are from flowers are very beneficial because it helps just really put your mind at ease and just kind of just relax. You know, if you notice in springtime, for example, when the flowers start blooming, like right now in Michigan, you can smell the flower scents, and it's just kind of like like finally, springtime, coming from a cold, harsh winter. So essential oils and flowers can do the same thing, and it's very great. It's a great practice to really calm your nervous system and really reduce brain fog or brain stress, if you will, cognitive stress. So smell something delicious and natural that is going to be good for you. So that's it for this video. Those are 10 stress reduction practices, but I have 40 more stress reduction practices because maybe some of those don't speak to you. There's other ways you can do it. You can create art. You can go for walks in nature. You can go swimming in a natural body of water, whether it be the ocean or a lake or a stream. So there's a lot of other natural, cheap or free stress reduction practices that you can use, and there's a list of 50 of them on my blog. So 40, these 10 plus 40 more on my blog at the article right below this video. So click that link and read the article and get 5 or so ideas that work for you, and then just start making those a part of your life. And that's going to make it's going to help you reduce stress and make your life really a lot easier and have a lot more ease. Easier ease. Stress is being in ease, in the moment, in the flow. So that's it for this video. My name is David Benjamin from healthywildandfree.com. The article is below, the Facebook page is below if you want to follow that for more articles and updates and healthy, wild, and free inspiration. Thanks a lot for your time watching this video. Please like, favorite, comment, share this video once again below. And I will see you in the next video. Take care and live healthy, wild, and free. Bye.